All right, Adam, so today we are going to be talking about if Grand Rapids is a good place to live. I know a lot of people are probably considering it. You at one point had to consider it for college and whatnot too, so we're going to get right into it. All right, for things to do and sights to see, this is Live Great TV, and I'm your official host to Living Great in Grand Rapids and the West Michigan area. My name is Vaughn Greathouse.
And I'm Adam Berksma.
And hey, if you want to know more about the Grand Rapids area and what it's like to live, work, and have fun in West Michigan, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, at least hit the like button so you won't miss out on all the brand new videos that we put out each and every week, because we like making these videos for you. We love it. But even more than that, as a licensed real estate agent, as a licensed mortgage broker in the state of Michigan, we want to help you make that transition to the West Michigan area nice and smooth. So our number, our email is going to be right on the screen right now. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Number one, and that is going to be
the thriving arts and culture.
Okay.
For Grand Rapids. So we're going over a couple pros, couple cons of GR. One of the big parts of Grand Rapids is that there's a lot of art, a lot of culture in the area. There's a lot of attractions that you can go to. A good one would be Fredrick Meijer Gardens.
Fredrick Meijer Gardens.
You ever been there?
Yes, I have.
It's a really cool place.
Yeah.
So tons of stuff to do, which is nice too, because it's a very family scene type of event where you can go and they have a butterfly exhibit with a huge indoor room with it's always warm in there. They have like palm trees in there.
Yeah, palm trees, different types of exotic plants.
Yeah.
Cactuses, I see different trails. Like, I think they have at least 5,000 different species of plants and bugs and things like that that are in there. Almost like a nature center in a way.
Yes, like a greenhouse almost.
Yeah.
They got a sculpture garden there.
Yep.
You can walk through the sculpture garden. I think it's like a mile long.
Yeah.
It's super.
It goes for a
long
long
takes
time.
a day to get through the whole place. So that's one really cool place. We also have Grand Rapids Art Museum.
Yes, it is. Yep.
So that's a really fun place to go to.
One of the things I like about the art is, even with behind us, we have the Grand River, and a lot of the artists will use the Grand River for their art pieces. Like I seen one did like a dragon in the water at one point, one did like a fish sculpture, and the artists in the area are utilizing different buildings and attractions to create art for things such as ArtPrize, which happens once a year in the fall every year.
Yep, that's what I was going to bring up next actually. ArtPrize is a super fun event. It goes for like what, a month?
Yeah, about a month, about a little over 3 weeks, somewhere around the 3-week range, almost the whole entire month of September, October.
Yep.
Yeah.
Different people will participate and create super cool pieces of art. Some art pieces that like paintings and some are sculptures.
Yep.
The size of a building, you know? So there's really cool stuff, and it's just up in the public all month long, and you can just walk around and check it out.
Yeah, so it's a sweet attraction. It brings over 500,000 people to the area at one point in time. And so during that time, I get to connect with a lot of people. People check out the channel, and they end up moving here just because they like the vibe, they like the art, they meet friends here just by accident, which happens to me quite often. I don't know if you meet people just in West Michigan are super friendly.
Everyone waves and says hi, so
don't be alarmed.
If you're not from here, everyone's gonna say hi to you. But no, it's a really fun thing to be able to explore the downtown area and check it all out, because then you get a really good idea for the downtown scene, because it's all walkable.
Yeah,
it's not a large city that you can't walk from one side to the other. You can check out the whole city in a day, which is really nice.
Yeah, really nice. And the thing about it, you can still check it out in a day, but you also won't get bored of different attractions. You'll find little nooks and little hidden gems that you didn't know about when you went out the first time and walked the city that you missed on the next time around, which is also a really great thing, that there's always something to uncover in the Grand Rapids and West Michigan area. So number 2 is going to be the affordable cost of living. I recently just did a video about the cost of living in Grand Rapids in the West Michigan area. In Grand Rapids, like if you're downtown, it's going to be significantly more. It's downtown.
Yeah, if you're in the city, obviously. You know, every city is more expensive downtown.
In downtown, because you're in the prime lay of the land. You're in the center of the heart of wherever you're living, so you're going to pay more. Location 100%. Is the key. And another cool thing that I talked about in that video and my other video where I ranked the different neighborhoods was the average median sale price or median home value of what's going on in the area. And in general, you're going to be around that $300,000 to $315,000 mark if you're looking for a home in the West Michigan area. And we're seeing on average about an 8% increase in value year over year since obviously 2021 when prices were skyrocketing.
Right.
We haven't seen any sort of decline. We're still seeing it sort of taper off, but still gradually go up. Half of what it was when we were in the heartbeat of when everything was going on, the surge of home purchasing. So that's a real good indicator. Another thing in the cost of living, if you're looking for your average 2-bed, 2-bath, or 2-bed, 1-bath apartment, you're going to be around that $1,400 to $1,600 range, depending on where you are in the Grand Rapids area. And the utility costs are going to average between $100 and $300 per month. If you got the TVs running night and day, and you got your AC cranked up, and your music loud, you're going to pay more than someone who isn't home very much. So that's something to keep in mind as you're coming out to the area.
Yeah, Grand Rapids is a very affordable city.
Yeah.
And like we were just saying, it's not a crazy large city, which is nice, but it's definitely growing a lot over the years. And a lot of manufacturing that's popping up is pulling in a lot more jobs, which is bringing in a lot more people. So, and that's also part of the reason of why prices are not going down, which is why everyone thought, prices would start to drop. It's supply and demand. It's just simple economics. So we don't have enough inventory, and we have way more buyers than we know what to do with. So it's going to keep on being a steady market. But the nice part about Grand Rapids is that the cost of living here, even all that being said, is still on average like 40 to 45% lower than a major large city such as like Chicago. So it's still significantly, less and affordable to live in a big city.
And that's one of the biggest questions that I get is, okay, Vaughn, how affordable is it? Am I even going to be able to afford a home? I just want to rent for a while. We've had clients, we had some clients from Utah come, and they bought on the Northeast side. Once they did the math, they were like, you know what? It's cheaper for us to purchase a home than for us to put that, what do they charge for? I think 3 times a monthly rent as a deposit, or 2 times a monthly rent as a deposit. And then they're not owning the home, and then they still have to listen to the landlord, and rent goes up every year, and they have to deal with those sort of things. So if you're looking to purchase, it's good to investigate both and see which is going to benefit you in this area in particular versus going to a Chicago where everything's $500,000 to get into a decent home, So that's something to keep in mind.
So one of the cons for living in Grand Rapids would be the Grand River. So right next to us actually is the Grand River, and contrary to the belief of the name of Grand Rapids, there are no rapids in the river right now. So the city was obviously named after the rapids because there used to be rapids in there. So that might deter some people with the lack of, whitewater rafting or kayaking or different things that you can do in the river. But the good news is that they actually did start to talk about putting the rapids back in, and I believe in the next year or two, they're going to start implementing that and actually putting the rapids back in the Grand Rapids, which is cool because that'll make the city Grand Rapids again.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to look more of that up, you can look at the White River Restoration Project, and it's going to tell you exactly about how it's going to transpire, when it's going to transpire. I know a lot of people are very excited about some of the updates to the Grand River. Just a lot of big things. Speaks to another video I did, was some huge changes that are coming to the Grand Rapids area, a recent video. So check out the channel so you can find out more about those if you're considering moving. What are some of the new opportunities that are going to be available? That's readily available for you to watch, and I really went in depth about all of them, so you should be able to check those out as well.
So arguably, in my opinion, the biggest con for a lot of people is going to be the winter.
Wintertime.
The winter is freezing, it's frigid, it's snowy. But that can also be a con for a pro for a lot of people. A lot of people love the snow. It's really pretty. It makes everything look nice, except for when it becomes March and April, and then it starts to get slushy and
wet.
dirty. But the actual winter is pretty nice. But it does get very cold. But that does also bring a lot of different attractions that other states that don't have 4 seasons wouldn't be able to do, such as snowboarding, skiing, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing,
sledding.
So there's a lot of fun things to be able to do with the winter, but it will get cold.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the things I highlight about people in the wintertime are going to be the salt. There are salt trucks that go around and they salt the road so no one's slipping and sliding everywhere. But at the same time, I mean, that's good, but at the same time, that salt gets on your car and you start to get a lot more erosion on your paint. So it's good to get one of those unlimited car washes if you don't have one already.
Shout out to Mr. Car Wash.
Right, shout out to the Mr. Car Wash and who else is it? Tommy's
Car Wash.
Yeah, so you'll come out here and you'll have the ability to get one of those. I think it's like 20 bucks a month.
Yeah.
And you can just get your car rinsed off. I usually try to go at least 2 times a week in the wintertime just because there's a lot of snow, and of course when the sun comes out in the wintertime, everybody's there, so you got a long wait, so heads up on that.
Yeah.
But it's a really great thing to know that you do have the ability to have those roads be nice and dry. I mean, not dry, but at least clear. And another thing people ask about is the amount of snow that we get. And typically, you want to talk about that, how much snow we get?
Well, I mean, I feel like typically we'll get a few inches, right, in a downfall.
In a day, yeah.
So we won't have like, up north, I should say, right? So if we're talking up north of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, they'll get feet of snow.
Feet.
Like multiple feet of snow in one go, right? It'll just snow for like 5 days straight and they'll have 5 feet of snow. We don't really get that in Grand Rapids.
No.
It can snow for 5 days straight and we'll get, 6 inches.
Yeah.
So it really isn't bad. And the city has the plow trucks on it like that.
Yeah.
They know when it's coming, so they pre-salt the roads. And then as soon as it starts snowing, the plow trucks are out day and night.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be scared of. I've heard out of state people being worried about driving in Michigan. You get used to it. It's really nothing, too hard to overcome.
Yeah.
But we're not talking feet of snow like you would up north.
Yeah. As a heads up, you're not going to get snowed into your house. That's not very likely to happen in the West Michigan area. Will I say that will never happen? I'm not going to say that because you can never say never because it can.
It's unlikely.
It's not very likely. So just to kind of put you at ease, don't worry. Otherwise, you'll probably have some good neighbors that have a really nice snowblower that'll help you out. So don't worry about it. As long as you're friendly and make friends, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
So the next one is going to be a pro is we have a lively downtown scene. Okay, let me tell you. As someone who's been living in downtown for the past decade, I have learned a lot about what the great part of living is and what the parts I don't like as much. And so if you're considering living downtown and you're watching these videos, just have a heads up that there are some cons to living downtown, but to talk about how lively it is and how many events that we have. Literally, there's events all the time. We have Fifth Third Riverbank Run, which is a huge marathon that people from all over the state and the Midwest come to participate in getting that gold medal. I know a lot of people who do a lot of who like to run a lot, and if you're an outdoors person who loves to run marathons or do races, or if you just want to have fun, this is going to be a great reason for you to go ahead and do so. So, such as marathons that happen, live headline concerts, we've had big names. Who's been to town? We've had Chris Stapleton, Justin Bieber, Post Malone, Morgan Wallen. We've had Nicki Minaj. We've had rap artists, country. Like literally, Grand Rapids is beginning to create a name for itself. So the who's who of who's on headline artists are coming here, including some B level and C level and D level artists. Another great thing we have here in the downtown area is going to be the Breakaway Fest.
Yeah.
Which is a huge EDM, electric dance music festival for people who want to go out, paint their face and wear little fishnets and dance or whatever they do, throw some glow lights up.
And it's like in a little amphitheater area on a big hill, so everyone's just sitting in the grass hill. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
People in the surrounding areas, near residential areas, so it's not too loud. It's right in this big baseball field at Belknap Lookout. And the lively downtown is a huge attraction for people who come here because they come for those reasons and they stay for those reasons. There's always events, there's always concerts, festivals, marathons, like I said. My lady and I just went to go see the Wicked show and it was absolutely awesome. So if you don't know about Wicked, it's a huge Broadway musical that's been going on like over 30-some years, maybe longer than that, who knows. But it's an enjoyable time to come out and just always have something to do in the downtown area. And if you're someone who's used to paying high amounts on rent, you're gonna get your bang for your buck when you live downtown, so don't miss out on that. I've been down here a long time, so I can tell you that much.
There's a lot of concert venues, like a lot of the things you said, all happen at Van Andel Arena.
Van Andel Arena,
where they also have hockey games.
Hockey games.
They have monster truck
events
in there.
The Grand Rapids Gold, which is the Grand Rapids' own basketball team, as well as the Grand Rapids Rise, which is a professional volleyball team, and they've actually been doing really good. They've even been featured in ESPN for as far as they've been going.
Oh, nice.
They've been doing really well.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and it's a huge draw for people who love minor league sports and things like that.
Yep, and then we got 20 Monroe.
20 Monroe Live, yeah.
We got the Intersection.
Yep.
So there's a bunch of venues to go to downtown that are all, you know,
walking distance. Yeah. If you find a good place to park downtown, you can literally walk just about anywhere. You know, not lose 100 pounds, you know, but at the same time, not get too tired doing so.
Or you rent one of those scooters.
Yeah, that's right. We do have those little Lime scooters that, so that's a huge way to get around.
The fifth and final pro of Grand Rapids living would be the beautiful natural surroundings.
Yeah.
Right. So you still get this city feel. For sure. I mean, you can see behind us, but just outside of the city, even if you just went like, the Lake Michigan's 30 minutes?
30 minutes
west
away.
Here.
About 30 miles away. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can jump on the highway and be on the beach on the freshwater lake in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and there's tons of stuff to do when you get near the water too. And same if you go up north, Traverse City area, Torch Lake.
Yep.
There's such beautiful scenery up there. Torch Lake, if you didn't know this, is one of the clearest lakes in the world.
Yeah.
Eminem has a house on
Torch Lake. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
It's super nice.
It's sweet.
There's another place which is one of the biggest natural springs, which is called Kitch-Itikipi, and I believe that's a Native American term. I think it's just called Big Spring. That's what it's called. Kitch-Itikipi is about Big Spring. So it's a huge natural spring that stays 45 degrees year round. So you can go literally any time of year and see straight down to the bottom 90 feet. So if that's something that you like, natural wonders, Picture the Rocks, Sleeping Bear Dunes, Traverse City, the Cherry Festival, there's so many great attractions that are all encompassed around the nature and beauty that are in Michigan. People who like to hunt, people who like to fish, national forests around
hiking,
here.
kayaking, boating. You know, you can do all that.
Charter fishing.
Yep.
People in the area who I know, even some clients of mine, just hunt and fish all year round and they never get bored. So it's just like an oasis. If you're a nature person, you're an outdoorsman, you can literally find a lake probably within a stone's throw of any area of Michigan that you're in. You live near a lake, I live near the river. Like, and anyone who's anyone knows they're gonna live near a body of water. So I have some people like, I grew up near the water and I really want to move back. This is definitely a place for you.
Plenty of water. You'll find some.
Yeah. So those are just some of the highlights of the natural beauty in West Michigan.
So another con to the downtown Grand Rapids area would be the nightlife scene, you could say. We don't really have a lot of late night clubs per se. Like other big cities probably have a number of them.
Yeah.
We have one, which is the Eve.
The Eve.
And that's the only one that's open past like, I don't know.
I think 2 a.m. they shut down.
Yeah.
So
but like, all the other ones shut down at like midnight.
Yeah, that, and another thing, I mean, Eve is a great spot. Like if you just want to have a late night dance all night type of place. Another place that might be a possibility is we have a piano bar, which is called Mojo's, and Mojo stays open pretty late too. They have an upstairs portion where they do dance, and then sometimes they'll do events as far as like concerts and things like that where you can stay out a little bit later. But typically on a regular, you know, throughout the year, night, Eve in the Bob is probably where most people are going to go in the downtown area to have a party night or something like that.
To have a late night,
to have a late night. And they just opened up a new jazz bar, which is still downtown by Rockwell's, which is called GR Noir. And a lot of people go there because they want to listen to some good jazz music, have some good wine, meet some friends, sit at the bar, just enjoy themselves. So that's another opportunity to get into the nightlife. But it's limited. I mean, if you're looking for a bar hopping good time till 2 a.m. like a Nashville or a Chicago or a big city, you're not going to get that as much. And that could be a pro or a con. If you're someone who's like more family oriented, or you're a single who just doesn't like a lot of noise and riffraff, then you might be in the best spot to be downtown here.
During the day, you can bar hop all day.
All day.
We have a number of breweries, a number of bars We're Beer City, USA.
Yeah.
Because of the variety of breweries that we have in Grand Rapids. A couple being like Founders is a big one that everyone knows about.
Yep.
Grand Rapids Brewing Company.
Creston Brewery. Brewery of Avant. There's a lot of breweries.
But as far as nightlife goes, you know, you wouldn't be doing that.
It's not
at
as
2 a.m.
It's not as prominent.
Yeah.
Will you be able to? Even Founders will stay open later some days, but as far as like that fist pumping, partying city, this is not that city, but you will be able to have a good time if that's important to you. There's a load of restaurants, bars that you'll be able to have a lot of fun in the area outside of your typical events or things like that. Okay, so the next one is going to be a con, and a lot of people who are thinking of moving are really taking into account, because there's one thing about this, it's always going up, it seems, and those are property taxes.
Yeah.
Property taxes are high here, and in general in the state of Michigan. I speak to this a lot with people who are considering purchasing homes, and then Adam has to take it into account with mortgages so people know what their monthly payment and everything's going to be. So with that, the high property taxes is literally one of the things to look out for. Now, it depends on the city. It depends on where you are as far as your location, because some areas are higher than others.
Right.
And like I was talking about, on the west side of town, there are some places that taxes are higher than I expected them to be.
Yep.
So when it comes to your home in different areas, depending on where you want to be, take a look at the house in that location specifically so you can calculate what your monthly payments are going to be, and you'll be able to be in the place that you want. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you'll consider other parts of town that you may not have considered initially. Once we have a conversation, or when you book a call, go right below, contact us for your specific scenario. We're super happy to help. And also, one thing I want to highlight quickly about Adam is I've gotten so many reviews from clients that we've worked with that have said, you know, Adam really broke things down for us. He told us what our monthly payment was going to be, and then we got it and it was a little less, or we got it and it was right on target, or it was right where we needed it to be, to where we got the house we wanted in a competitive market.
Right.
We were comfortable with the monthly payment, and we're happy as can be as far as our lifestyle, with the expectation of when we got here.
Yes.
So it's important, if you're doing your due diligence, to keep that in mind, so that way you get the best experience, you know, once and for all as you come out.
Yeah, and everyone's situation is different, and that's why we want to talk specifically with you about your situation, because prices can really change the monthly payment. And not only the price, but the area, the location. Even two neighbors side by side or across the street from each other are going to have different property tax amounts, just depending on when the house was last sold, what's the current assessed value.
Yeah.
That plays a big factor into your monthly payment. So it's really important to look at the specifics. And, you know, once you get down to that address, you're like, this is the house that I love. Let's figure out what that monthly payment is going to be then for you, and make sure that it fits for you.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Adam. I really enjoyed doing this video. Again, for Things to Do and Sights to See, this is Live Great TV, and I'm your official host of Living Great in Grand Rapids and the West Michigan area. My name is Vaughn Greathouse.
And I'm Adam Berksma.
And hey, if you want to know more about the Grand Rapids area, what it's like to live, work, and have fun out here in West Michigan, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, hit the like button so you won't miss out on all of our videos, because we want to help you make that transition nice and smooth. Like I said, this video is all about if Grand Rapids is a good place to live, and we're happy to host you, help you, and help you get the right decision at the right point in time, whether it's now or it's 20 years from now. We don't care. We're here to help you and get you taken care of. Until next time, thank you very much, and
thanks a lot, guys.
See you on the next one.